Welcome back to another video. It's Shoddy Trades, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over Goldbach fractal AMD timings and how to identify the high or low within that, and then also how to identify the proper CSD to use. So, to begin the video with, Goldbach has three timings, okay? The first timing is our accumulation session, and everything would be an EST time, okay? So our accumulation is 14 to 23. Manipulation is 23 to 5 EST. And then our distribution stage runs from 5 to 23, okay? And these are our three big time windows, our three big time windows. So as you can see, I have the manipulation time window marked out because I'm a London trader, so I'm trading between that 11 p.m. and 5 a.m. Time window. And then within those time windows, you can break it down into AMD again, but on a smaller scale, which is what you see the Fibonacci time zone I have right here is. And with these settings right here, it also provides accumulation, manipulation, and distribution, okay? And obviously, as you guys know, manipulation is a fake move. So with me trading manipulation session, I'm looking for that fake move before the distribution real move, okay? Now, or I'll trade towards the end of our manipulation session into our distribution session, because normally towards the end of manipulation, price will go in the direction that distribution wants to go in. As you could see here, our distribution session is bearish until the news drives it up. But what I want to go over is how each is accumulation, manipulation, and then distribution. Now the 0.77 fib time is a prone price point for reversals or continuations in the market. Now that's why this is marked out. Now don't confuse it with another session. Okay, just remember between 0 and 0.375 is accumulation, 0.375 to 0.61 is manipulation, and then 0.61 to 1 is distribution. Okay. It's just 0.77 is known for continuations or reversals in the market. Now, like I said in the previous video, I trade manipulation session within the current 4-hour candle that's also placed in that session. That 4-hour candle runs from 1 a.m. to 5 a.m., okay? And within that candle, I'm looking for the higher low to be created and then trading to the opposite end of that, okay? Now, with Goldbach timings, normally you'll see our manipulation session create that lower high, and then you trade the opposite side of that. Or if that isn't the case, you'll see our distribution 1 or 2 create the higher low, and then sell off or pump, whatever direction, whatever our bias is for the day. And normally, I personally like to wait until after 2:15, 2:30 to look for trades, because I don't want to trade anything like low probability. So I look after 2 to look, because 2 a.m. also starts our CLS cycles, okay? And I use that sometimes in conjunction with our Goldbach timings. But if we're strictly talking about Goldbach, you would want to either wait for an Asia higher low to be ran, and then a confirmation that lower high is going to hold, like whichever lower high took Asia. You want to wait until you get confirmation that whatever higher low is going to hold is actually going to hold. And that's where CSD comes into play. So right here, you can see you have this bullish engulfing candle right here. Well, that candle had ran certain highs, okay? That candle ran highs over here, all right? And when it does that, you want to wait for price to close underneath that candle that took liquidity to be considered a CSD, okay? And then once price does close under that candle and confirms the CSD, and it's a bullish engulfing candle like you see here, you would want to mark out the wrong one. You normally want to mark out the CE of that candle, because price more times than not will retrace back to that 50% of that candle, okay? And more times than not, if price holds that high, the first high, so this high right here, normally if price holds this high and you see a rejection in that 50% order block, it's going to hold and you can enter. I had called this out in the Discord prior and had said you could enter, but I didn't enter personally. But I said you could have entered short and just wrote it down until you take out these lows here. Because think about it, 1 a.m. is our new 4-hour candle, right? If this is 145, more times than not on a good day, this is not going to hold from 1 to 5, because this is too early to be a strong low. Now, in this case, it did hold until 5, but you can see we started dumping before that, and eventually we did take it out. So I personally would have entered this trade if in terms of everything showing up properly. We have the low set, we have a CSD, and then I'm assuming at the time there was also a Goldbach reclaim rejection that you could also enter short from. Now with CSDs, the main way to know whether or not it's going to work is by finding a CSD that is at the extreme of a range, okay? So normally you want to see it form at the high or low. And then I like to look for CSDs within my time windows, because it's also higher probability during those times. It's all just trial and error and what works best for you. I like trading because there's multiple forms of CSDs as well. Like this is a CSD right here, a down close candle that fills a fair value gap. All right, bullish fair value gap. Price trades above it right here, and then we close above it as well, and then it does retrace back down. And this is not a large engulfing candle, so price trades back down to that open, wicks it, and then continues up. And theoretically, you could trade this as well and target Asia high if you want to trade that false move up, accumulation, manipulation, and then after D1 sets the high, we retrace back to it, but don't take it and then go lower. And then eventually it does wick and hold the actual CSD line instead of the order block. But this is why I like to trade the order block part of CSD. And CSDs are everywhere. They're everywhere. Like right here, we have, let me remove this. Right here. So you see how this candle was not an up close candle that took out a high, right? So when that's the case, you want to move over to the left one, and you take out the that and use that for your CSD, because this is an up close candle. So then when price closes below this, right here, we close below it, wait until you retrace back higher. And this isn't a large enough candle for me to consider to use for the 50%, so you can just mark out the entire order block. But theoretically, if you wanted to use the 50%, you could have right here, okay? And you have to, this is where, when people ask me, how do you know which CSD to use? Well, you have to look at the time. You have to know what time it is, and because manipulation is going to provide that fake move. Distribution is going to provide the real move. So you want to look for CSDs in whatever direction price is going. You have to follow your bias. You can't just blindly enter a CSD you see. You have to follow your bias. Like in this case, I know we're going short. So why not mark out CSDs right there? And this is the biggest one this is the biggest obvious one. So that's the one you're going to use. Now, with fair value gap CSDs, it's a little tougher to spot at times, but you can also use them to enter from when price comes back down. I'm trying to find an example here. Don't really see one. Yeah, I don't really see a good one on GU at the moment. I guess right here. So you see how price comes back down to this fair value gap, down close in a bullish fair value gap. When price closes above it, right here, this candle, you can see how price had respected our CSD. If we use the open, you can use open or wick, it doesn't matter. If you use the open, you can see how price respected it every single time after we closed above it. So you could have entered, this is Asia, but you could have entered right there, theoretically speaking. But yeah, we have a CSD right here as well. And you see we're at like the bottom of a range. So you want to use Goldbach rejections with CSD. So you see this low right here? It had gotten ran by this candle, right? So then when price closes above this candle, like right here with this candle, then you want to look for the retracement back to the order block. And all three of these candles are order blocks, but you can use, in this case, you can just use the 50%. So just mark out the high and low of those three candles, and then mark out the 50% of that, and then you can see how price retraces back to that 50% and holds. That's where you want to enter from. So once price closes above this candle, because this is the candle right here that had taken this low, that's when you mark out the 50% and wait. And then once you get a clear confirmation that we're rejecting, that's where you want to enter from. And then you also, remember, timing is everything. So in this case, if I mark out our manipulation session from 11 p.m. to 5, you can see how this is happening at distribution stage. So fake move, real move. So this is a high probability long because we're in the right time with our Goldbach fib. And this is how you use this is how you can use our Goldbach fib. If we're stagnant and like you see Asia's overextended, you have to already know London is going to be a consolidated range. Asia is completely overextended. It's not consolidated like it normally is, how you want to see it normally. So theoretically, this is how you want to see it because our London session from 11 to 5 is slow. And then as soon as 5 a.m. hits, you can see this price just starts pushing. And then if you're a New York trader, you can use the fib time again from 5 a.m. until 9:30 a.m. and that's because 9:30 a.m. is our London close, right? And that 9:30 price point is known for reversals as well, okay? And then as you can see, we have our accumulation, manipulation, our distribution 1, and our distribution 2. And then towards closer to 9:30 for London close, you can see how price reverses to that downside, right? Okay then. So now, excuse me. What you want to do with that is, knowing 9:30 a.m. is a key point for reversals or continuations. If you're in a trade from early distribution session and there's no news, just take partials or close towards 9:30, because chances are you're going to see some kind of retracement or reversal in the market. Same thing right here. Now this isn't high probability times, but it still works. And this I had these marked out a while ago, but this was a Goldbach reclaim. But if I take this low right here, you can see we're at the bottom of a range. This low takes this candle takes this low, and then once we close above this candle right here, that's when you want to mark out the 50% of that range, okay? And in this case, we respected it once, didn't respect it again, but theoretically speaking, if you're coming down here and entering, you're not putting a stop right here. You're going to want to put it at the Goldbach level, whatever's the lowest Goldbach level after the reclaim. So theoretically speaking, if you have a stop, if you go long the first time down here after you get a confirmation of this first rejection, if you go right here, you're not putting your stop right here already. Not yet. You're going to want to put it down at whatever Goldbach level it's rejecting from. And then see if it works. And then if you get stopped out from there, then that's okay. Then that trade just wasn't meant to be, okay? But yeah, that's how you want to use our Goldbach with our CSD. And again, if I mark out 11 p.m., 5 a.m., you can see accumulation, manipulation, D1, D2. This is our fake move. And look, it's on that 0.77 fib time line. It's on that key price points for reversal in our distribution stage from 0.61 to 1. This is our fake move. We have 1 a.m. lows right here, which you could pretty much expect those not to hold. It's way too early for those to hold. So after you get confirmation, you could short that, or you could wait if you don't trust it. If you don't trust the fib time with whatever Goldbach levels on at the time, you could wait until after our distribution's fractal stage of manipulation, and wait until our actual distribution stage from 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. and trade that. Fake move, real move. It's that simple. It's that simple, all right? Now, I hope this video makes more sense in terms of our fractal times and CSD. I'm going to show you guys a couple more examples, just scrolling through, of CSD and Goldbach timings. And remember, I'm a London trader, so I'm normally only looking at 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. But once again, we have a sloppy London session, right? But towards distribution session at 5 a.m., look what happens. Price just pushes. And this is a Friday, so that was anticipated because there was news. But I don't trade Fridays, so but I'm just showing you how you could use our Goldbach fractal timings to enter trades from. Now, if I turn on, actually no, I'm not going to turn that on. Actually, we'll use our CSD again for FVG. So you see how we have this first down close candle right here, this first down close candle that enters this fair value gap. When price closes above that, you look for entries, and then price closed above it right here. There was only one rejection, but that's an entry right there. And you can just keep doing the same thing over and over, especially since you know which way we're going for the day, correct? It's distribution stage. We had our fake move down right here before our real move. And then if you don't see anything clean for Goldbach, you can use CLS. And CLS starts at 2. So from 2 to 3:30 is our Monday cycle for CLS. And I don't normally look for trades then. And then from 3:30 to 5 is our Tuesday cycle. And normally you like to see that Tuesday cycle between 3:30 and 5 to create that higher low of the day. That classic Tuesday low weekly profile. That's what you want to see normally. Okay? So if you have to use a mix of Goldbach and CLS. You just have to back test it enough and see which one works best for you depending on what asset and market you trade. I'm just going over a couple of the specific things that you need to know regardless. We have another CSD right here. This down close candle filled this fair value gap. When we close above it, right here, close above it, we see how price wicked that CSD and then continued up. So that's how you want to use CSD with our Goldbach fractal timings. You want to trade our fair value gap CSDs with the trend, and then you want to trade our order block CSDs at the lower high of a range. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope that this makes a little bit more sense, and I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe for more. Thank you.